Hello and welcome to another episode of my Productivity Mastery series, and this week I want to explain to you why your to-do list is your worst enemy. Now that might sound like a strange question coming from somebody who teaches all about Todoist and Evernote and various other and Apple reminders, but the reality is if you're not careful, your to-do list can become your worst productivity enemy. And the reason for that is because it can rapidly become an area where you go to procrastinate and you think you are actually being productive. Now, the way that to-do lists are structured are lists of tasks that you have to do, and we're either adding to them or we're crossing them off. Every time you cross off a to-do, you get a little tiny dopamine hit. We all love to do that. We all love to see tasks getting completed. So we're always going back into our to-do list to have a look to see if we can check off something else. And I'm sure, like I've done in the past, I've added tasks that I've actually already done so that I can check them off and get that dopamine hit. When you're doing that, although it might make you feel good, it isn't actually doing the work. That's not what a to-do list is meant to do. This is one of the reasons why I strongly recommend everybody take part in the 2+8 prioritization system every day, because what that is doing is it's focused you in on what you have identified are your important tasks for the day. If you like, your MITs, your most important tasks. But another reason why to-do lists can become your worst enemy is because they encourage you to grab hold of the low-hanging fruit, the very easy tasks, and you end up neglecting the more difficult tasks, the tasks that are a little bit more time-consuming. They tend to stick around and you reschedule and you reschedule and reschedule. And those are the tasks that you really need to be doing, not the little ones, the little things that could be done or might just be dropped. Nobody would notice. And it is a very dangerous way to operate your to-do list. It's because you're grabbing hold of the low-hanging fruit instead of reaching up for the bigger tasks, the tasks that are really going to drive you forward. And that's something that you really want to be aware of when you're operating a to-do list. And this week I read an interesting quote which said that 41% of the tasks that we put into a to-do list does not get done. They just do not get done. They get rescheduled, and then eventually they're just beyond any date and they just get deleted. That is such a waste of time and effort. What you want in your to-do list are tasks that you know you have to do and are going to do at some point in the future. Hope-for tasks and wishful tasks can go in a notes app or a someday maybe task and just don't matter if you do or don't do them. But you need to be really strict about what's in your to-do list. Only tasks that genuinely need to be done, not tasks that might need to be done or would like to do sometime in the future. That's what someday maybe folders are for. Throw them in there, and if you do eventually get some time to be able to spend on those things, then sure, bring them into your actual daily working to-do list. And one more thing about the to-do list is, one of my hobbies is I research a lot of really successful people like Elon Musk, people like Warren Buffett, Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, and people like that. And I really look into how they manage their day. And one of the things that struck me is they all have different ways of doing things, but none of them have a to-do list. None of them are using OmniFocus, Todoist, Asana or Trello. What they're using is a simple notebook, and each day they write down the things that they really want to get accomplished that day, and they put 110% focus in on making sure those things happen. They don't need to-do lists, and they are a lot more successful than you and I. So maybe we can learn something from them and start reducing a lot of the tasks, the unnecessary tasks, the meaningless tasks that we put into our to-do list, and start more focusing on those meaningful, big impact tasks that are going to drive us forward on our goals, on our projects and everything else. It's just something I want to kind of give you some food for thought to think about what you would like to do, but just be careful with the to-do list. You might think you're becoming more productive, but the reality is you probably are not. And it's one of those things that you can get control of by making sure you stay focused on the things that are truly important. Make sure you're doing your 2+8 prioritization every single day, because that drives you forward on the things that you've identified are the most important things in your life. Well, thank you very much for watching this episode. It just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Thank you very much for watching this video. Now I have a question for you. Are you ready to go beyond the to-do list? Now, the reason I ask that question is because your to-do list is never going to do the work for you. Your to-do list is only ever going to show you what needs to be done. And that often can cause a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, and a lot of overwhelm. What really helps you to get your work done and what really helps you to become much more productive is developing your own workflow. A workflow that you work from every single day that makes sure that you stay focused on the things that you have identified are the most important things to you. Now that could be your work, it could be your goals, it could be your family, it could be your personal life, it could be your self-development. Whatever that is entirely personal to you. But the key is to develop the workflow so that you are consistently making small steps towards achieving the things that you want to achieve every single day. And that's why I have developed my Productivity Mastermind course, creating your very own custom workflow. And I would love for you to check out the course. The course is available now, details of which are in the notes below, and I would just love to see you in this course. So please join me in the Productivity Mastermind course, developing your very own custom workflow, because this is a course that's going to take you way beyond the to-do list so that you start to really move forward on the goals and the things that you have identified are important to you. Thank you very much.